There's something eerie about the Sigma male. You can't always put your finger on it, but when he enters a room, people feel it. He doesn't say much. He doesn't seek attention. But somehow he draws it anyway. His actions are quiet but powerful. His choices feel strange yet strangely calculated. And the most spine-chilling part? He's not even doing it on purpose. This video explores 6 spine-chilling things the Sigma male does without realizing. These aren't acts of aggression or intention. These are natural behaviors built into the way he moves through the world. While others follow trends, chase approval, or fight for leadership, the Sigma male steps back. And that's what makes him so unpredictable and at times uncomfortable to be around. But who is the Sigma male? He's not the alpha, the loud leader. He's not the beta, the loyal follower. The Sigma exists outside the social order. He makes his own rules. He moves alone by choice. That independence is powerful. But it also causes friction. People can't figure him out. He doesn't explain himself. And yet somehow everything he does seems intentional. That's where the discomfort begins. This isn't about being a bad guy or a villain. The Sigma male doesn't aim to unsettle anyone. But when someone acts this differently, when they don't seek approval, don't follow small talk, and don't need a group to feel strong, it breaks normal social patterns. That break can feel cold, strange, even threatening. You'll see how his silence speaks louder than words. How his strange hobbies leave people confused. How his instincts cut deep into social masks. None of this is forced. But the impact? Very real. So let's break down each one of these traits. 6 in total. 6 things the Sigma male does without knowing just how much it shakes the room. Thing number 1. Commands the room with silence. Most people work hard to be noticed. They raise their voices, crack jokes, or stand tall. The Sigma male doesn't do any of that. Yet when he enters a room, people turn to look. He says nothing, but his energy says everything. This isn't by design. He's not trying to be the center of attention. But because he doesn't chase it, he gets it. The quietness, the slow movements, the direct eye contact, it all creates a sense of mystery. People can't tell if he's dangerous, brilliant, or just doesn't care. That uncertainty creates tension. It makes others feel like they're being watched, even if he's just thinking to himself. In a group setting, his silence speaks louder than words. Others start adjusting themselves, changing how they speak, lowering their volume, or becoming more careful about what they say. They feel like they're being measured, even if the Sigma male isn't judging them. That's the spine-chilling part. His presence changes the vibe without him trying. You might see it in the workplace. A team is laughing, talking over each other. Then he walks in. The tone shifts. The noise lowers. People straighten up. No one told them to do it. But something about his presence demands it. It's not fear exactly, it's respect mixed with confusion. What makes this even more chilling is that the Sigma male often has no idea it's happening. He doesn't walk in trying to dominate. He walks in because he has work to do. But his posture, his calmness, and his lack of need to engage make him seem powerful. Power without words can feel scary. It's a kind of power that can't be argued with. It can't be debated or challenged because it's not even being used. It just exists. In a world where people fill silence with noise, the Sigma male becomes the opposite. And that opposite can feel unnatural. People want noise, reactions, feedback. He gives none of that. And that can make others feel lost or exposed in their own behaviors. The result? Some will respect him. Others will fear him. but no one will ignore him. His silence says more than speeches. His stillness creates pressure. And even though he might not realize it, every room he enters changes around him, just because he's in it. Thing number 2, obsessed with obscure or solo hobbies. The Sigma male often has interests that no one else understands. He's not into what's trending. He's not following the crowd. Instead, he gets deep into things that seem strange to others. It could be old books, foreign films, tracking stars, building weird gadgets, or studying obscure history. These aren't just hobbies, they're escapes. He enjoys doing them alone. Not because he's antisocial, but because he finds peace in the solitude. The world is noisy. These hobbies are quiet. They give him control. He doesn't have to impress anyone. He doesn't need to compete or compare. It's just him, focused, learning, creating. But to others, this behavior is odd. Why would someone spend hours restoring an old typewriter? Or study military strategy from the 1700s? Or learn a dead language? People can't relate. They see it as isolation. Or worse, they start to wonder if he's hiding something. This is where the spine-chilling part comes in. When someone is this different, this deep into something most people ignore, it makes others uneasy. They don't know what he's thinking. They don't know what he's planning. The fact that he's so focused, so removed, creates a sense of mystery that can turn into discomfort. Even more confusing for others is that he doesn't talk about it. He won't brag about his skills. He won't explain why he's interested. He just does it. He could be an expert in something rare, but he doesn't show it off. That silence around his passions adds another layer of uncertainty. This disconnect grows when he turns down invites to hang out, just to stay home and work on his project. People take it personally. They think he's rude or distant. But to the Sigma male, it's nothing personal. It's just how he recharges. Alone, focused in a world he understands. Sometimes these hobbies lead to genius. Other times they stay hidden. Either way, they keep the Sigma male separate from the group. And in that separation, people start to question him. They don't know where he fits. They don't know what he's capable of. He could be a harmless thinker, or someone building something powerful. The fact that people don't know and that he won't explain is what chills them. In a world built on social validation, the Sigma male's strange solo hobbies break the pattern. And breaking the pattern always feels a little dangerous. Thing number 3, reads between the lines, unsettling intuition. The Sigma male notices things. Small things. Body language, tone changes, pauses between words. While others are caught up in the conversation, he's watching the details. Not in a creepy way, just quiet, focused, alert. It's like his brain is always scanning the room. He listens more than he talks. But when he does speak, it cuts deep. Not because he's rude. Because he says what others were trying to hide. He doesn't mean to expose people. It just happens. His words hit places most people try to protect. In a few sentences, he can bring out what someone was afraid to admit. This makes people nervous. They feel seen. Not in the warm, comforting way. In the raw, exposed way. The Sigma male doesn't do it to hurt them. It's just how his mind works. He doesn't believe in surface-level talk. He sees through it. And once he does, he can't pretend it's not there. In a group, he can sense fake behavior quickly. He knows who's pretending, who's hiding anger, who's feeling left out. He won't always say it. But when he does, the effect is instant. People might laugh it off. But later, they'll think about it. And they'll realize he was right. This deep intuition can feel like mind reading. It breaks the normal flow of conversation. People like to wear masks. They like to keep things vague, polite, simple. The Sigma male sees through that. He doesn't always point it out, but his presence makes others more careful. They don't want to slip up around him. He also sees patterns. If someone lies often, he'll notice. If someone's energy shifts when a topic comes up, he'll catch it. And because he doesn't speak often, when he does say something, it lands harder. People might avoid him just to keep their secrets safe. Others might be drawn to him, hoping he'll understand them without having to explain. Either way, his intuition changes how people act around him. What makes it spine-chilling is that he doesn't study psychology. He doesn't try to be a human lie detector. It's just how he processes people. Quietly, with focus, without bias. That kind of awareness makes others nervous. It feels like he sees what even they haven't admitted to themselves. And the scariest part? He rarely says what he fully knows. He keeps it to himself, leaving others wondering how much did he really see. Thing number 4, quiet resilience, and then vanishes. The Sigma male can take pressure most people can't. He doesn't need praise. He doesn't need comfort. He keeps going quietly through stress, disappointment, or failure. People think he's fine because he doesn't complain. But one day he's just gone. No warning. No breakdown. No goodbye. He quits the job. He leaves the relationship. He moves cities. And when he does, it shocks everyone. Why is that spine-chilling? Because people thought he was okay. He didn't show signs of struggle. He didn't ask for help. His calm face never cracked. Then all of a sudden, he disappears. This is the Sigma male's quiet resilience. He endures more than most. But when he's done, he's done. No second chances. No drama. Just distance. At work, he might seem steady. He delivers, doesn't cause problems, stays out of office politics. But deep inside, he's been counting every lie, every unfair moment, every waste of his time. He doesn't argue. He just waits. Until one day his desk is empty. In relationships, he doesn't fight for control. He gives space. He respects independence. But he also watches. If he senses manipulation, lies, or pressure, he files it away. People assume he'll tolerate anything because he stays calm. But his patience has a limit. And when it's reached, he leaves without a word. That sudden exit feels personal. But for him, it's not revenge. It's just a clean cut. He gave the situation a chance. It didn't work. He's out. This behavior shakes people. It makes them question every past interaction. Was he angry all along? Did he fake being okay? Why didn't he say anything? But that's the thing. The Sigma male doesn't believe in pointless conflict. If he thinks words won't change anything, he won't waste them. He saves his energy for action. And when he moves on, it's real. He won't come back. He won't explain. This leaves a lasting impact. People remember how he left, how quiet it was, how final. They start to replay the signs they missed. They wonder how someone so calm could vanish so fast. That mystery sticks. The Sigma male doesn't do this to hurt anyone. He just believes in peace. And when peace is no longer possible, he disappears to find it elsewhere. Thing number 5, prefers minimalism, shuns small talk. In a world full of noise, the Sigma male stays simple. His lifestyle, his words, his circle, it's all clean, clear and quiet. He doesn't do things for show. He doesn't decorate his life with trends or fake smiles. This calm minimalism makes people nervous. Why? Because people expect chatter. They expect reaction. When someone doesn't follow those rules, it creates tension. The Sigma male doesn't ask how your weekend was just to be polite. If he asks, he means it. If he doesn't care, he says nothing. That level of honesty can feel rude. But it's not meant to offend. He just values real communication. If there's nothing to say, he's fine with silence. Others aren't. They try to fill the gap. They joke, they ramble, they ask random questions. The Sigma male doesn't respond the same way. And that gap grows. This isn't just about talking. It's about everything. His room may be nearly empty. His wardrobe plain. His online presence minimal. He's not hiding, he's just not broadcasting. He doesn't post for likes. He doesn't buy things to impress. He doesn't play games to fit in. And when people try to pull him into that world, he resists. Not with anger, but with silence. He doesn't argue. He just doesn't join. That rejection of social fluff can feel like judgment. Even if he's not judging, people feel exposed next to him. Like their fake smiles don't work here. This is why some avoid him. Others try to impress him. But nothing seems to affect him. That emotional stillness feels strange. It's not cold, it's neutral. He doesn't dislike people. He just doesn't fake connection. And that realness makes people look at their own behavior. They realize how much of their life is built on noise, on decoration, on small talk. The Sigma male shows them, just by being there, what life looks like without it. And that quiet example is more powerful than words. He may seem distant, even robotic, but he's not. He just values depth. If a moment has none, he lets it pass. If a person is pretending, he lets them. But he won't join them. That separation makes people curious, and also uneasy. In a world where everyone is performing, the man who refuses to play feels like a ghost. Real, present, but somehow outside the show. Thing number 6. Independent thinking that defies social norms. The Sigma male thinks for himself. Always. He questions what others accept. He doesn't follow trends, politics, or group values just because he's told to. If something doesn't feel right to him, he rejects it. This type of thinking makes people uncomfortable. In most social groups, there are rules, spoken and unspoken. What to say, what to wear, how to behave. People follow these rules to fit in, to avoid trouble, or to gain approval. The Sigma male doesn't care about any of that. He doesn't attack the rules. He just ignores them. That might mean dressing in a way that seems out of place. Speaking his honest opinion when silence would be safer. Or walking away from something everyone else wants just because he doesn't believe in it. This independence is powerful. But it's also unsettling. Because people depend on social norms to feel safe. When someone rejects those norms, it makes others question their own beliefs. And not everyone wants to do that. The Sigma male might avoid certain holidays, media, or social platforms. Not because he's trying to be different, but because he doesn't see value in them. That quiet resistance is more disturbing than loud rebellion. Loud rebels can be explained. Quiet ones can't. He also doesn't ask for permission to think differently. He forms his views slowly, privately, and carefully. But once his mind is made up, it's almost impossible to sway him. He doesn't need agreement. He needs logic. That makes debates with him feel strange. Others argue for attention. He argues for truth. People often say, "Why can't you just go along with it?" But that's not how the Sigma male works. If he doesn't believe it, he won't pretend. That level of honesty, without emotion, without apology, feels cold. Even if he's being respectful, the fact that he refuses to lie makes others uneasy. This shows up in work, friendships, and even dating. He doesn't play roles. He won't fake interests. He won't do something just because everyone else is doing it. That makes him unpredictable. And unpredictability creates tension. At times, this kind of mindset can isolate him. But the Sigma male doesn't fear being alone. He values truth more than comfort. That sets him apart. Not above, not below, but outside. And that position gives him a perspective few others have. He sees things others miss, because he's not distracted by the need to belong. He thinks about big issues, freedom, purpose, systems. And while others are focused on fitting in, he's thinking about how things could be better. This mindset might inspire some, but it threatens others. Not because he's trying to change them, but because he proves they could change. And not everyone wants that kind of reminder. The Sigma male doesn't mean to disturb the group. But by living outside it and thinking differently, he becomes a mirror. A mirror that reflects what others are afraid to see. The Sigma male doesn't try to scare anyone. He doesn't want to dominate, impress, or shock. But because of how he moves through the world, quiet, deep, focused, he often leaves a mark. Not through loud actions, but through silent effects. He doesn't chase attention, but he gets it. He doesn't explain his hobbies, but they show discipline. He doesn't talk much, but when he does, he sees through masks. He doesn't need to be part of a group, but somehow controls the energy in one. And he doesn't follow the crowd, but still gets noticed by it. These 6 behaviors, silent presence, solo passions, sharp intuition, quiet exits, rejection of small talk, and independent thinking, aren't meant to disturb. They're simply his way of being. But they clash with the world's expectations. And in that clash, people feel shaken. They might feel confused by him, or even intimidated. They might be drawn to him and not understand why. That's the spine-chilling effect. He's calm, but causes chaos. Not on purpose, but just by being who he is. In the end, the Sigma male is not here to fit in. He's here to be real. And in a world full of noise, masks, and endless performance, real can be the most disturbing thing of all. If you've ever met someone who changed the room without speaking, who walked away without warning, or who seemed to know what you were thinking before you said it, you've felt the quiet storm of a Sigma male. And now maybe you understand why it lingers long after he's gone.